everyone, what is up? It is Berlin. Welcome back to my channel. Hi, how are you doing? Hope you're all having a great Monday so far. Girl, things are kicking off a bit on Twitter right now. You guessed it, more James Charles drama. So, one of James Charles' alleged kind of victims, shall we call it victims? I mean, one of these boys that James Charles had apparently been inappropriately snapping came forward. He made a series of TikToks. They then got put up on Twitter. Now, this guy is not someone who's a minor, so I am going to show you the full TikToks. I'm going to show you his face, because honestly, he's put these out there himself. They've already gone around in other drama videos and things as well. I'm going to share these with you because he really goes into it about his whole kind of experience of what he went through with James Charles. Hold on to your wigs, kids.
Alright guys, so I've decided that I want to talk about the incident, and I'm going to tell you guys the exact full story since a lot of you guys are coming at me and you guys seem very confused, so here's the full story. So basically, when James was getting cancelled for the whole Tati Westbrook and Sam Cooke situation, I decided to reach out to him via Instagram DMs. I don't vividly remember what I said to him, but I did say something like, if you need to talk to somebody since you're experiencing all this, like, you can definitely talk to me about it. I also added that I was single. Anyway, so James responds to my DMs and he goes, he's not really looking for anything, but I'm cute. So I was like, okay, cool. As a normal person would do, I was like, here's my number if you change your mind. Then he told me to send a video of me introducing myself, so I did. So right after that, he asked me for my Snapchat and I gave it to him, so he added me. So basically, we started talking on Snapchat and it didn't seem like he had any weird intentions. Like, we were getting to know each other and he seemed pretty genuine and he was actually really nice. So, I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna make a part 2, but yeah. Alright, so the first 2 days passed by, whatever, and the third day is where things started to get a little weird. Remember, he said that he wasn't looking for anything, right? So anyways, later on during that day, I went to the gym and I posted a snap of me flexing, and he responded to my story saying daddy and babe. So I was like, So I found it a little odd that he started calling me baby and daddy, because it's like, you don't call your friends that, right? Anyways, I slid that under the rug and I was like, you know what, like, I don't care. Because I was looking to talk to somebody, so he called me that and I was like, yay, like, he likes me. So anyways, my best friend comes and she picks me up and she goes, oh, let's go to the bar. So I was like, okay. And if you ask her, she'll literally tell you I was glued to my phone the whole time. We're having some life conversations and my best friend was getting mad because she's like, oh, you're supposed to be spending time with me, not talking to James. So after my best friend got upset with me, she decided to draw me home, and me and James just continued talking. I'm gonna do a part 3 because I'm running out of time. Anyways, my manager gives me a call and she tells me she wants me to come to work. So I go to work for like a few hours and I come home around 2:45 a.m. And then I realized that I forgot to respond to James' messages, so I was like, oh fuck. So I messaged him, we're having a conversation on Snap, and he starts getting a little flirty, and I was like, let's just take it slow, but obviously he didn't want it. Anyways, he goes, send me a shirtless picture, and I was like, okay, whatever, I don't care, because I post that shit on my story, you know? So then he starts going, oh, send me pictures of your boxers, show me what you're wearing. And then he goes, let me see your armpits, and I was like, what? What? I didn't want to lose the opportunity to talk to him, so I just did what he said, because, like, I was still shocked that he messaged me, you know? So anyways, he screenshots a photo that I sent him and I was like, yo, why the fuck are you screenshotting my shit? And he goes, oh, it's not like I'm gonna do anything with it. And I'm like, if you're not gonna do anything with it, why are you screenshotting it? We're running out of time, so I'm gonna post a part 5 or 4. Like, I mentioned to him that I have anxiety. I told him I got out of a toxic relationship, and I even told him that I had depression. So he knew I was vulnerable. So obviously my vulnerable ass, I had to go with whatever he said because I didn't know what to do. I honestly didn't know what to do. I was so confused. I didn't know what to do. So at this point, I did start to suspect that he was using me for my nudes, because going back to the me being vulnerable and me being in a toxic relationship, he didn't care about that. And I told him about my anxiety too, and he didn't care. So anyways, I started to feel like he was using me, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna document this shit, because if I talk to anybody about it, they're not gonna believe me. They're gonna say you're lying. So for you guys that are saying I'm clout chasing, if I was clout chasing, I would have documented every conversation we had. Since we're running out of time, I'm going to create a part 6. I'm going to connect the puzzles for you guys because you guys are all confused. But I will prove to you guys right now that I didn't delete any messages. If you pause over here, it says 3:56 a.m., okay? So anyways, I'm just sitting there and I'm just really, really anxious and scared. And then he decides to video call me. As you can see, just wait. See, he video calls me. So after our call ended, and as you can see on the top, it says 3:59 a.m. That literally shows that I didn't delete any messages, because he literally says that he can't talk but he could text, if you read it right there. Now I'll tell you the conversation that we had on the phone. Anyways, I hope I cleared that part out for you guys, because there was like 500 of you people saying that I deleted my messages when I didn't, and I just proved that I didn't. So I noticed that when I didn't want to do what he said, he started to give me attitude, and I told him, I literally said to him, I'm tired, I need to sleep. It's like 4 a.m. and I said that my parents are gonna wake up, I need to sleep, and he didn't care. Like he kept putting that under the rug. He's like, yo, go to the bathroom, do this, do that. And when I didn't do what he wanted to give me a whole lot of attitude because I didn't want to do what he wanted. Like, do you not have respect? So anyways, now I'm sitting there vulnerable and anxious, and I'm like, now I fucked up my chance with this person, and I felt like crap. Like, after telling him no and that I want to go to bed, he started to manipulate me, and he started to give me attitude, and he made me feel really bad. Anyways, I went to bed, and I woke up the next day, and I tried to message him, and it said that he deleted me, so I felt used.
So, there you go. That guy has come out with all of his kind of evidence, all of his proof. Honestly, I'm not gonna drag this part of the video out too much, because I think things like this should really go to the authorities and not really be splashed all over YouTube. But the way that these people have come forward has been on TikTok. You know, they've done this very publicly, you know, and I feel great for them that they wanted to and were able to share their stories. But if it's something as serious as grooming minors and all that kind of stuff, I really do feel like it should be something for the authorities to handle, you know, because now what's going to happen? Oh, James Charles is going to get cancelled on social media, but is he actually going to face any real consequences for trying to sext minors and sending lewd pictures to minors? You know what I mean? Is there going to be any real consequences in this situation for James Charles? Or is it just going to be, oh, well, I'll just throw them some money and, you know, that's that dealt with? Because to me, that's really not a good way to deal with, you know, allegations of this nature, you know. But these people are rich. You know, James Charles is a wealthy person. So when you've got money and power, unfortunately, I think that puts you in a position to be able to get away with things like this. You know, look at Harvey Weinstein. He got away with it for fucking ages. But, you know, it really doesn't look good for James at all. And then to add insult to injury, just before I sat down to film this video, what happens? Oh, James Charles pops up on Twitter with a good morning tweet with a sunshine emoji. Like, how fucking clueless can you be? Like, you are being called out on the internet, left, right and centre, for very serious grooming allegations involving minors, as well as involving people who aren't minors. You are being called out for very, very serious predatory kind of allegations, and what you do is come on Twitter and go, good morning, with a sunshine emoji. That's your first thing that you do. Like, oh my god, dude. But then he went and made it even worse. I was like, no, this can't be happening. James, are you for real? Stop. Someone responded to James's good morning with, I don't think you can note sap your way out of this, James. James Charles then responded to that person, and here's what James had to say about the whole situation. I'm not trying to get out of anything, no matter what happened. It was unacceptable, embarrassing, and I should have taken the extra steps to research the person I was talking to. He says person, but like, there was more than one. We've had about 5 people come forward. He went on to say, there is no excuse. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. This is on me. So basically, James Charles' response to this whole situation with the 3-4 people that have come forward in the last, 2 days. James Charles's response to this whole situation is, oh yeah, well, I did it, my bad. Like, dude, what the fuck? You know, when you're talking about things involving minors and it being a potential criminal activity, you're just going to go, oh yeah, my bad. Like, okay, I'm paraphrasing, but that's essentially what his tweet response there said, "Oh yeah, I'm not trying to get out of it. I did it. Yeah, sorry, I'll check next time." Like, oh, my bad. Is that it? Like, you know. So from that, I would assume that, you know, possibly these TikTok guys have been either paid off to be silent, much like, you know, what we're led to believe happened with the whole Jeffree Star essay allegations. I would assume that this James Charles case is a very similar thing, that, you know, people have been hushed. Because if you remember, on Friday evening, it was evening my time here anyway, it was Friday evening when the 16-year-old that has accused James Charles came out with his TikToks. Those TikToks that he came out with were very quickly removed. You know, some people were speculating that those were removed by James Charles or by his lawyers, management, whatever you want to call them, you know. So I'm like, is this what's happening? You know, is it a case of James Charles having these people silenced because he's got the money to silence them and settle all this out of court, or what? I don't know. All we can do is like speculate about that, because yeah, it probably does happen. You know, like I said, with the whole Jeffree Star case, we saw Jeffree Star's cosmetic brand paying out $45,000 to silence his accusers. So I guess it's the same thing for James Charles. You know, it sucks because there are no consequences for these people. These people are still there with their careers, with everything on social media that they've got, and they can do it to somebody else in the future. And that is the thing that gets to me. James Charles still gets to stay there on social media with his millions of followers, his loving, adoring fans who will still adore him. You know, those who don't kind of cancel him for this behaviour. He still gets to have all the privileges that he's got, that comes with, you know, being a celebrity. He still gets to have all of those privileges, yet he's free to kind of use social media still to approach another minor. This is what gets me. I'm like, you know, this is what's crazy about all of this. How come, you know, there are no consequences? How come? I don't get it. But anyway, guys, I'm going to move on from this topic. This topic with James Charles, it is very dark. You know, it's one of those kind of things that nobody really wants to talk about, but we talk about it because, you know, it is important. And if people are real victims of crimes, then, you know, there should be consequences for the people who commit those crimes. So that is why we do talk about it. But I'm going to move on, and I'm going to talk about Jaclyn Hill now. Somebody else. Something a lot more lighthearted. Jaclyn Hill came out with her blushers. I think it's blushers and bronzers in one, a little compacts, little duos. Now, this is kind of makeup news, so if you're not interested in makeup, then, you know, this bit won't be for you. But makeup news, Jaclyn Hill, she came out with her little blush and bronzer duo things. I will pop an image in here so you guys can see. Now, I've been seeing some criticism about this. Jaclyn's kind of got a little bit of backlash on Reddit because people are complaining that she didn't upload like a YouTube video, you know, for the launch. People are kind of saying, oh, you know, well, maybe she chose not to do a YouTube video because then people go and accuse her of only coming on YouTube when she wants to sell something. You know, I can see that point. But anyway, let's get into the post and the product and everything. Jaclyn Hill threw up this picture on her IG. This is a picture from her new campaign, her new launch. So we're going to get into this caption. She said, for this campaign, I didn't know what to do at first because of the stay-at-home movement and the craziness 2020 threw at us. But I decided to embrace it. I've had a lot of failures in my life, but giving up my dreams just isn't an option for me. I took the year of 2020 to reevaluate myself and my brand and wanted to come back stronger than ever. This campaign was shot at my home due to the circumstances, and I couldn't be more proud. My new collection launches Tuesday, March the 2nd at 11 a.m. PST. So first off, I'm going to say you got to give it to Jaclyn here. She does look incredible. I think the photo shoot does look really, really nice. You know, and having done it at home during this weird, crazy time that we're in at the world at the moment, you know, that is all good too. We love that. But as always, there is some kind of drama surrounding this new Jaclyn Hill launch. Of course, you go on Reddit, people have got things to say about it. Also on Twitter, you know, IG, everywhere. People are talking about it, and we're going to get into what they're saying. So the main kind of criticism that I'm seeing with this Jaclyn Hill product, the blush and bronze duos, I'm seeing an awful lot of people on Twitter saying that there's not enough for deeper complexions, that, you know, it's only really going to be suitable for pale and kind of medium people. One person I saw said, oh, you know, it wouldn't be suitable for anybody with darker skin than Beyonce. So, you know, that is the kind of feedback that's going around on Twitter about this stuff. I don't know if any of you guys are into Jaclyn Hill's makeup or not. Would you buy these little blush and bronze duos? Let me know. I mean, you know, it would be nice to think, oh, this will be a successful launch for Jaclyn. But will it? I don't know. If people are saying the shade ranges aren't diverse enough, who knows? But then she's also bringing out a couple of highlighters with this. She's bringing out some of the accent light highlighters that she had in her quads from the first time when she released the highlighters. So, you know, that's cool because a lot of people loved those highlighters. She did make nice highlighters, I'll give her that, you know, so good that she's brought some of those back. She's brought a few shades that were in those quads, and then she's also added a few new shades. I'll pop swatches in here so you guys can see, but I don't know if I'm really going to buy it myself because honestly, it's something that's probably only really going to be available in America. I don't actually think that these are going to be available in Morphe, because if you guys are not aware, Jaclyn Hill's come out and said she's going to be stocked in Ulta. So I don't know if that means that she's now not going to be in Morphe with her own Jaclyn Cosmetics line. I hope she is. I think she is, but I don't know. I've only heard her saying about Ulta. I've not actually heard her saying anything about Morphe, so that's interesting. Anyway, guys, I'm going to stop this little video right here. I'll be back soon with a second video, so I'm going to say take care, stay safe, stay well. Thank you so much for taking time to watch. Do let me know your thoughts and opinions about the things discussed in the video today, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye.